Okay, continuing now with our story, Diamond Willow by Helen Frost. We're at a kind of like intersection where the narrator comes in, and the heading here is John Willow's great great grandfather, Red Fox. And of course, this is him now speaking in prose. Okay, so Willa saw my tracks and looked around, but I didn't show myself to her. Don't want to take a chance that her dogs could see or smell me and take off running after me. Old times, they wouldn't let a girl go off alone like that. I don't like to see it. That's why I followed her. Made sure she got to her grandma's house. Think of it, my old grandchild, someone else's grandma now. Lots have happened around here since I was Willow's age. Everyone talks that English now. Kids go to school all the time instead of being out there learning to get food. They should think about what happens when these airplanes don't come in. They should teach the kids how to keep warm, how to feed everyone when it stays cold a long time. Hungry times could come again. And what will they do then if they don't learn the old ways now? I wasn't too sure about that man Willow's mother married. When he first came here, he smiled too much, lots of times for no reason. He'd start smiling when he just met someone, before he even got to know them. He'd put out his hand that way they do, smile, say his name, try to make people talk too much. But he turned out okay. He learned how to hunt and fish, made himself some pretty good snowshoes. That takes patience. I've been watching him teach Willow how to run the dogs. She's a quiet one. She knows how to listen to those dogs. So they listen to her too. They're patient with her. Sometimes when she does something wrong, gets their harness all tangled up or something, I'm pretty sure I see them barking inside. But those dogs are polite to Willow. They give her a lot of chances. After a while, she always gets it right. I see her through the window now, with her grandpa and grandma. They love that little girl. She's safe here. I'll go back upriver to my den. And of course, this looks like the spirit of great grandpa Red Fox watching over Willow as she travels. This is what I think. I think it's a little surreal moment where, like a spirit of an ancestor guiding her. And now we're going back to Willow's diamond-shaped poem narratives. All my life, this has been my favorite place. Grandma's beadwork on the table, Grandpa's fur stretched out to dry, the smell of wood smoke mingling with the smell of moose meat frying on the stove. As soon as I walk in, I see that Grandma's made a batch of donuts. It's how she tells me, without saying much, she's happy that I'm here. And the central idea here is I made it. It suggests that she has made it. She has reached her grandma and grandpa's house. I tie the dogs and Grandpa helped me feed them. We look at Roxy's foot. I tell Grandpa she had a run-in with a porcupine. Oh, he says, that noon. It's one of our Indian words, or as we say, dinaki. I know some more bilingual class. I know some from bilingual class, but not as much as grandpa and grandma, not even as much as mom. Sometimes when we're dropping off to sleep out here, I hear them talking Dinaki, clut- chuckling together, and I feel a little bit left out. Not that I would like to go back to old times to hear two of them talk about back when people didn't have TV, computers, telephones, or snow machines and airplanes. I'd miss all those stuff, but I like to listen to their stories. I know if I try, I can learn to understand them. And the central idea of the words highlighted on this one is sometimes I feel like two people. And of course, that's the dichotomy of her, liking to hear the stories of the past without technology, but knowing that she'd miss her technology that she knows already if she was to go back in the past and live in the past, which kind of continue the kind of surreal motif that's happening in the story, leading from the spirit of the grandfather before. Grandpa gets up first and makes a hot birch fire in the stove. When the house is warm, Grandma makes a pot of coffee and cooks pancakes. Grandma asks, "Can I move out here and live with you?" I give her all my reasons, well, most of them. She looks down at her sewing. "I do know what you mean, Willow. We'd like to have you here. I'm surprised. I was expecting some argument about my family or all my friends she thinks I have at school." Then she goes on, "Could you and your dad take care of all those dogs if you're here and he's there? Maybe you shouldn't split up the dog team like that, Willow. Those dogs get used to each other." And the central idea is I do have some friends. And of course, that's, she has some friends. Continuing the theme of her being like a loner, she's now acknowledging that she really does have some friends based on what her grandma said, highlighted to her. All right, so I'll stop there again. Until next time.